First in high definition from the station on your side, this is WAVY News 10.
Elizabeth City police say a 17-year-old was dragged several hundred feet by a car.
Detectives are investigating this as a murder. Police arrested and charged 16-year-old Jamarius Mallory. Then on your sides, Ava Hurdle just returned from Elizabeth City with more on what happened. Ava.
Tom and Nicole, many unanswered questions tonight as to what led up to the teen's tragic death, but we're told both hung out together and knew each other from school.
North Carolina state troopers reconstruct the accident scene.
This is 800.
That's the apparent distance a car dragged 17-year-old James Edward Hawley Jr. to his death along Lisa's Way. Wendy Sawyer was inside her home at the time and heard a speeding car.
And then I heard this god-awful crash.
Sawyer says she quickly jumped up and ran to her front door.
It sounded like something had hit a building. It was so loud. And so I looked to see what had happened, and then I saw the car turned over in another yard a couple of doors down from me.
The car, impounded by the Pasquotank County Sheriff's Office, is a 1995 Cutlass Sierra that belonged to the victim, James Hawley. At some point, Mallory got behind the wheel and assaulted Hawley in the vehicle, according to the sheriff.
Was punching him and pushed him out the car door and slammed the car door, and then just accelerated and drug him to this point. And you can see the car left the road several houses back and come through the yards.
He says Mallory didn't have a driver's license, ran from the scene as eyewitnesses watched, and was quickly nabbed at his home nearby. Mallory is a junior and Hawley a senior at Northeastern High School. Sawyer says it's tragic.
I just thought, what a waste, because kids have got their whole lives ahead of them. And just one second can change their life and a lot of people's lives.
Hawley's family had no comment, and Mallory's family members declined an interview outside the courthouse.
Tonight, the teen remains held at the Albemarle jail on $100,000 bond. He has another court date next month. In the newsroom, Ava Hurdle, 10 on your side.
Portsmouth police say officers responded to a call about shots fired and pulled over a van with 2 shooting victims inside. It happened around 3:30 Sunday morning on Virginia Avenue. Detectives say someone started shooting into a crowd. Police say after the shooting, a woman spotted the victims in the van with the engine running and took the vehicle to take them to the hospital. One of the victims is hospitalized in good condition, the other in guarded condition. Investigators have not released information on the suspects. Portsmouth police now say the investigation into a man's death on Cushing Street is a homicide. Someone found the body of 44-year-old Samuel Martin last Monday behind a vacant home. Detectives say Martin died from trauma to the head. If you have any information that can help police in either case, call the crime line.
And police are looking for a man who exposed himself to a woman while she was shopping. The woman tells Suffolk police she was at the Big Lots on North Main Street when this happened Sunday afternoon. Detectives from that same department are looking for a robber. They say a man who walked into this Exxon on West Constance Road Friday demanded money and then ran out with the cash. Police have not released a description of that suspect. And Virginia Beach police, well, they're looking for 2 suspects who robbed Alaskan Road Kangaroo Express. These surveillance pictures were taken around 2:30 yesterday morning. Investigators say the suspects went behind the counter, demanded money from the register. Detectives say one of them was armed with a knife. The employee was ordered into the bathroom while the men left with cash and cigarettes. No one was hurt.
A Gates County church burglarized, but whoever committed the crime wasn't after anything inside the church. The thief wanted something underneath the building. 10 on your side's Art Kahn explains.
Sunbury, North Carolina is a quiet rural community in Gates County. Motorists on Highway 158 are greeted by this homemade sign urging them to stay on the hardtop.
Less than a mile down the road from that sign, there's another sign that says this area observed by Community Watch citizens. But what happened last week just across the street, no one saw.
This is the St. John AME Zion Church, and last week it was the scene of a crime.
Thursday night, we heard a noise down the hall. Sounded like water was running under the church.
Sure enough, the pipes were leaking. What was left of them?
Looks like they used hacksaws underneath there probably. They cut out some of the hot water pipes going to the bathrooms and 1 or 2 of the heating pipes that goes to the hydro coils. and they even took the suction line out from the air conditioning unit.
All made out of copper.
It's expensive now. The junkyards are taking it left and right.
The church lost more than copper. Last week, services had to be moved.
Who would have hurt us?
Chairman of the Church Board of Trustees, Ben Saunders, says it was unnecessary for anyone to steal from the church. If they needed help, all they had to do was ask.
We do all we can to meet the needs of the people who come here.
And whoever committed the crime must have been in need, because this was not an easy job, according to the experts.
And they must have been wanting it real bad. After they pull that air conditioning coil line off, I'm sure they got a nose full of Freon, so that might have stopped them a little bit.
Hopefully it won't stop next week's services. In Gates County, Art Kahn, 10 on your side.
The Navy says it's kicking out 28 sailors assigned to the San Diego-based USS Ronald Reagan for using the synthetic drug Spice. 10 on your side was first to tell you the dangers of the drug. The Navy has a zero-tolerance policy on drug abuse. At least 15 states, including Virginia, moved to regulate or ban one or more of the chemicals used to make Spice. The 28 Reagan sailors were part of 6 recent probes conducted by the Navy. Last month, we told you 64 other San Diego-based sailors were dismissed for drug use.
Classes resumed today at Chowan University. Students there at Murfreesboro, North Carolina were advised to stay in their dorms last night after someone robbed and assaulted a student in their room. That student was treated at the hospital and later released. The university is still investigating this.
For the first time, we're hearing from a special committee created by Penn State officials to investigate the allegations of child sexual assault and questions of a cover-up by administrators and coaches. NBC's Jay Gray has the latest in the investigation from State College, Pennsylvania.
Speaking publicly today for the first time, members of the Penn State Special Committee investigating allegations of child sexual assault and questions of a cover-up outline their mission.
Who knew what, when, and what changes must be made to ensure this doesn't happen again?
The group says it will not limit its investigation to former coach Jerry Sandusky or the Nittany Lion football program.
No one is above scrutiny, including every member of the administration of the university, every member of our board of trustees, and every employee at Penn State University.
Former FBI Director Louis Freeh will lead the effort. The panel has no legal standing or subpoena power, but will include former federal agents and prosecutors who have already started reviewing grand jury documents and university records.
I'm committed to ensuring that our independent investigation be conducted in a thorough, fair, comprehensive manner.
Former Penn State professor Ron Smith wrote the book Pay for Play, examining college athletics, and agrees changes are necessary, but he's not sure Penn State needs a clean sweep.
I can't imagine that they will bring in all outsiders to try to clean out something that happened because one individual has been accused of molestation and several people have sort of been accused of cover-ups.
That will likely be determined by the special committee report and ongoing NCAA and police investigations as this campus and community continues to search for answers.
A part of that search could soon include federal agents who are still considering opening their own investigation here. In State College, Pennsylvania, Jay Gray, 10 on your side.
6 Suffolk fires in 3 locations. Coming up next, I'll let you know why police say they are suspicious and could be related.
Investigators say this man was on the verge of executing his plan to attack America. Police call him a lone wolf al-Qaeda sympathizer. Who and what he was targeting.
And a look at our cloudy skies and the lights of the city throughout the area. We warmed up rather quickly during the morning hours and at noon, then dropped during the afternoon. What's ahead beyond this? Some real ups and downs in our forecast.
And the line started early for a chance to cheer on their team. The big game between NSU and ODU. We'll tell you why some people left angry.
You're watching WAVY News 10 at 5 with Tom Shad, Nicole Libas, and Super Doppler 10 Chief Meteorologist Don Slater.
A negotiator is trying to talk an airman out of a building at an Air Force base in Colorado. He's reportedly barricaded himself in Shriver Air Force Base. Now, this is a place that controls GPS satellites, but operations have not been disrupted. Control rooms for GPS and other military satellites are in a heavily protected inner compound surrounded by fences and armed guards. The building was evacuated and no shots have been fired at this point. The gunman, we're told, faces a discharge over a matter in civilian court.
A man identified as an al-Qaeda sympathizer is behind bars after authorities say he built pipe bombs and threatened a number of groups in New York City. Investigators say Jose Pimentel, shown here at his arraignment, plotted a terrorist attack targeting police and post offices in the city and soldiers returning to the U.S. Authorities say they've been following him for 2 years.
The suspect was a so-called lone wolf, motivated by his own resentment of the presence of American troops in Iraq and Afghanistan.
During a news conference, New York's police commissioner showed a mock-up of the explosives and played a video of a police bomb squad testing the power of the explosives and the damage the suspect could have caused.
Well, if it's not you, there's probably people around you sniffling, sneezing, coughing. The best defense against germs? Well, that could be this, clean hands.
But which is better, soap and water or hand sanitizing gel? 10 is on your side with the doctor's prescription.
I'm going to tell my congressman and so on about this situation. It's uneven playing field.
I'm Andy Fox. A lot of people here at Norfolk State upset because they say they aren't getting enough tickets. That story coming up.
A lot of excitement building in Norfolk.
Everybody's talking about this everywhere, really. Tickets went on sale at noon for the big game between Norfolk State University and Old Dominion University. People were lined up early, and confusion left hundreds with hard feelings.
And that's why we have 10 on your side's Andy Fox live. What's going on here?
Oh, it was really a confusing day out here. The problem was that too many tickets were being given to too few people. So a lot of people were just standing in line for hours and hours, and they never got tickets. They aren't playing here at Price Stadium because NSU never put in a bid to get the game. ODU did that, and that's where the game's being played. So ODU gives 500 tickets, at least 500 tickets, according to the NCAA, to Norfolk State. They gave 4 times that, and yet the tickets weren't enough.
7, 8, 9, 10. Gold, Norfolk State. Behold the green and gold.
That man was one of the few lucky ones. He got 10 tickets, but it was real clear, real quick. With 500 lined up, 1,500 tickets weren't going far. Suddenly, ticket sales stopped, and ticket sellers got on the phone. Can anyone tell me what's going on? No one was stating what we all knew, that too many tickets went to too few. The 10-ticket limit was reduced to 3.
I think it stinks.
But 3's better than none.
That's not the point. You're going to come out here and get out here before 8 o'clock, and they changed the rules twice.
The tickets ran out, and 10 on your side confronted Norfolk State President Tony Atwater.
It has come to my understanding that, an individual could buy as many as 10 tickets. I really believe that that is probably not a good thing. I think it probably would have been better to have limited it to a smaller number, like 3.
Raverland Dunstan was so upset she went up to President Atwater, but he quickly went to his car. Then came more bad news. The 3-ticket limit went to 2, and ODU graciously gave them 300 more tickets.
The allotted tickets that we sold are gone. We've gone to get, we're going to get additional tickets, okay?
But there are 400 people still in line. Total confusion here. ODU is now going to give Norfolk State 300 more tickets. Maximum will be 2 tickets each. So we have now counted 150 people to get to the 300 tickets, and it ends with that lady right there with a purple sweater. All the other people down here, there will not be enough tickets for. The tickets ran out, sending hundreds home empty-handed. ODU only had to give Norfolk State 500 tickets. The school ended up giving 2,100 tickets, including 300 tickets for the NSU band that will perform at halftime. Of course, it's always a problem, There's never enough tickets for the visiting team, especially when it's sold out. You see the Norfolk State University football team. They're over there practicing, getting ready for the big game. They're here at Dick Price Stadium. Now, the bottom line is that in hindsight, President Atwater acknowledged to me that what the plan should have been was everyone gets no more than 4 tickets. 4 tickets. But so many people got 10 tickets. That's what's created the problem, because there just weren't enough tickets to go around. Coming up tonight on WAVY News 10 at 6, what ODU is saying about this. I'll have that part of the story tonight at 6. I'm Andy Fox, 10 on your side.
And I think this is going to be on TV.
Yeah.
ESPN3, right? The game?
Yes, I think it will. And usually tickets to games that big are usually limited to 4 tickets.
Somebody needs to get a party going.
Yeah.
We'll watch it on TV.
Let's ask Don if we're going to have some nice days coming up.
Yeah, we do have terrific days
Good
coming
football
up.
weather.
But we've got to get there first. Now, in between,
That's right.
we got some not so nice
I'm looking
weather
too
coming
forward
up. Yeah,
ahead.
we are. For Thanksgiving, things look great. Here's a look at what's going on right now into the area, and a look at some rain, but not all that much rainfall into the area. We got to look a little bit farther northward to see much of any rain. Just a few light scattered showers to the west of the D.C. area. And this is going to clip parts of the northern neck, middle peninsula during the overnight hours. Showers will become more numerous, but for most of us, there's not going to be all that much rain. Just an isolated shower or two overnight or during the day for tomorrow. Wednesday morning looks like it'll be our biggest time of rain. And then Thursday looks pretty good. Note all this rainfall way out off toward Oklahoma City. That's going to be the focal point of some rain. Now, I'm just going to let this thing run. You can see the bulk of the rain to our north until Wednesday morning. Kaboom! We can see showers and thunderstorms. So my colleague Jeremy Wheeler on Wednesday morning is likely going to be busy with some thunderstorms into the area. So, and kind of unusual to get them during the morning hours, but we are likely to see them coming up on Wednesday morning. But then Thursday looks just fine. Here's the cloud cover, which is moving on through the area. We're going to end up with mostly cloudy skies. There are some stray showers out there. The bulk of the rain is going to stay to the north over the northern portions of our area during the overnight hours. Here's where we are for the middle peninsula and the northern neck by 7 o'clock in the morning, perhaps the eastern shore. Now, this could touch into any parts of the area, but mainly to the north, north of Williamsburg. And you'll note a couple of stray showers moving on through during the day tomorrow, but it's not going to dominate the day for most of the region. Now, here's the thing that will really start to dominate this warm front. We can really extend it a little bit farther to the east. That's going to lift northward through the area during the latter part of the day. Here's where things are by 7 o'clock in the evening. Still some scattered, very light rain. It's not going to be a washout for tomorrow. Tomorrow night at midnight, might even see a few breaks in the clouds, but then the winds pick up. Things really warm up by Wednesday morning at 7. It's likely to be into the upper 60s during the morning hours, even with all this rainfall moving in. Showers and thunderstorms. Here's where things are by the noon hour. Skies beginning to clear. There's where we are at the end of the day, 10 to 20 mile an hour winds. And again, the rain is all gone. It'll move on through and move on off. During the day tomorrow, high temperatures, mid-60s, generally around 66 degrees for a high temperature tomorrow. We move on into Wednesday morning, 66, 67. It'll actually warm up a bit, 68, 69 at 10 o'clock in the morning, and starts to cool down during the afternoon and the evening hours. So once again, we've got some very, very changeable weather into the area. We're starting to see some cloud cover, but that's not real big. Temperatures right now, upper 50s and low 60s into the area. Here's what's going on again for tomorrow. Well, we got Thanksgiving Day coming up, and it looks fine. 56, then 60 degrees coming up on Friday, and so far so good for the weekend too.
The turkey gets louder as we get closer to Thanksgiving because I think, well,
Roger,
you know why he's yelling.
Yes. Well, you're probably looking forward to the turkey, the stuffing, and the other delicious foods on your Thanksgiving menu. Something you don't want, though, a food-borne illness. No. 10 is on your side, making sure your delicious meal doesn't make anyone sick.
The Tide is doing even better than expected in Norfolk. Now a survey says most people want to expand it to Virginia Beach. So what's the holdup? 10 on your side, ask the mayor.
It's the cold and flu season. The Centers for Disease Control says hand hygiene is the single most important means of preventing the spread of infection. So what works best, hand washing or sanitizing gel?
Hand washing. Hand washing is better. Every study that I can see shows that it's preferred.
Hand sanitizers contain alcohol, which is good at dissolving the hand oil bacteria grows on. But doctors say sanitizing gels won't remove dirt on hands or under nails. Only a thorough hand washing will do that. If hand sanitizer is all you have, make sure it's at least 60% alcohol and apply it liberally. It should take a few minutes to dry on your hands. Well, the turkey and trimmings look tasty, but if they aren't cooked properly, you'll have an unwelcome guest this Thanksgiving.
More than 1 in 6 Americans are expected to get sick before the holidays are over. Nobody wants this. The most important advice from the Food and Drug Administration: keep it clean. Wash the counters, cutting boards, and utensils after preparing each item. And of course, don't cross-contaminate. Separate your foods and use different cutting boards.
Also, your turkey should be cooked to 165 degrees. Once the meal is over, don't leave those leftovers out there for more than 2 hours. Throw them out of the refrigerator after 3 or 4 days. Not too many turkey sandwiches.
No. Holiday spending. Spending your holiday money. Where Governor Bob McDonnell wants you to shop Saturday and why.
The holidays can be bad news for your heart health. Still ahead at 5:30, Tell Me Your Side shows you how to protect yourself from holiday heart syndrome.
What?
Are you plugged in?
No.
Are you dialed in?
Yes.
Oh, God. You guys, can you do me a favor? Just stand back a little bit and no cursing, because we're going to be on live. I don't want you guys to get in trouble. I don't want to get in trouble, so just hang back.
Holding the line. Many of you plan to hold your holiday spending to the same level as last year. The Consumer Federation of America says 48% said they plan to keep spending about the same. 42%, though, reduce it. 8% plan to increase spending. A clear minority. Most shoppers are worried about their own financial situation and the state of the economy. Big surprise. Governor Bob McDonnell's urging Virginians to shop locally next weekend. Small Business Saturday. It's a nationwide initiative to boost sales at independently owned businesses by supporting those local retailers. Support your local TV station. Stay with us. WAVY News 10 at 5:30 starts right now.